Hey Aquarius, welcome to your July 2025 monthly reading. Hope you're doing well. We're just going to go ahead here and get started and jump straight in. I do want to announce as I'm pulling the cards, of course, I am running a sale on my personal readings. If you're interested in that, that link will be down below in the description of the video here. Ooh, Aquarius here. Some of you Aquarius are feeling overwhelmed here a bit. There's like so many things I see you thinking about, Aquarius, about trying to you're trying to problem solve all these things, and you're just trying to figure out like what practically is going to work and what's going to stick here. There's way more to this reading, but that's just something coming through really quickly. Let's pull the rest of your cards here. Let's see here, Aquarius. Yeah, I see what's going on. All right, yeah, you got some type of big decision here happening at the end of the month. So we'll see what that's about here with the Judgment card in the outcome position. If you're newer to the channel, of course, I do show the cards. But first, I pull the cards first. So let's just see here. You pulled the Solar Flares card. It says activate here. Oh, man. And you also have Pluto at the bottom of the deck. Pluto is in your sign at this time, so Aquariuses are going through deep, transformative activations at this time to where you're accessing parts of your soul and your being. Like these parts of yourself are coming online. So let's see. Let's keep going here. You pulled this protection card here. I want to say if you have Virgo placements, I'd watch the Virgo reading. I think they actually got this same card, the protection card. Don't worry, it's nothing like crazy or anything like that. Let's see here. And you also pulled this, a new romantic cycle begins here. So this could be the month here of new love that's happening for you, or even if you're dealing with a person or in a relationship here, this could just be some type of new cycle that's developing in the relationship. But if you're single, this could definitely be new love here for you here. Some of you are just trying to figure out like what you feel in a situation. Like maybe you're trying to figure out like where you stand in a situation, or maybe you're trying to judge what your feelings are for a situation when it comes to a person. This may not be happening now. This could be happening like in the month of July. So we are in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde being in Leo. Mercury in Leo is in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships, right? But Mercury will go retrograde in Leo this month, right? So it doesn't surprise me that this energy is coming out here for you. So let's jump into your reading here. You did pull the 8 of Swords here for the overall energy this month. I wouldn't worry about this. I know you're probably like, oh man, the 8 of Swords. Like the 8 of Swords, it's like, yes, things can be complex and we can be stuck in analysis paralysis about something, trying to logically understand something, trying to rationally explain things, trying to find the solutions, trying to find the answers. And sometimes, like, because your advice here is the High Priestess is more intuitive. And so you have to really listen to your heart. I'm not trying to sound corny. I'm not. But you got to listen to your heart here, Aquarius, because the heart wants what the heart wants. And this full moon that we're having in Capricorn this month, like this full moon is like showing us like where are we being too over analytical and critical, and where we're being too maybe like rational about things. I'm not saying to not be rational. Like let's not be like, let's not play dumb here, right? Like, of course, but with this full moon that's sextiling that North Node in Pisces, the nodes being fate and destiny, and the North Node being the future we're walking toward, or where destiny is taking us. This full moon is sextiling that. So it's also, if it's sextiling, it's trining the South Node in Virgo. We're letting go of this over practical analysis of everything, right? And we're more so having to trust what our inner wisdom is saying. That's the High Priestess, right? It's the internal compass. Like, what is your inner self saying? Like, what is your inner wisdom speaking to you? Because you have the Knight of Pentacles here in your current energy at this time. And it makes a lot of sense because the process that you're in at this time, when it comes to what you're trying to build and develop in your life, like it is a process here where you have to be practical, or where it takes a lot of practical work. Like the Knight of Pentacles, you hear it all the time. It's the slowest moving knight in the deck, and you can't skip corners, right? It's like you have to be in the process, and you have to have endurance with the process. You have to be patient with the process. And so when it comes to decision making, sometimes with the Eight of Swords and then the King of Swords being here in your challenge, it's like, for you, for instance, Aquarius, it's more so having to like listen to what feels right. Like, what is your inner self saying? What is your inner self nudging you to do? Like, what is your intuition nudging you to do? And having to really listen to that. And I will say this too, because I know it sounds super simple, right? But like when you're in it, it's hard. And with the High Priestess being here as your advice, the High Priestess deals with, it's a card of receptivity and observation and learning. It's like when you need to take in new information, that maybe what you know at this time isn't enough, right? Like King of Swords, and the King of Swords is one who knows, like who has the answers, but when it's in a challenge position, you don't have the answers. So the Eight of Swords is like when you're caught in analysis paralysis, trying to figure out the answers based upon what it is that you already know and understand at this time, right? But what you know right now at this point isn't enough. And so the High Priestess says, you can do whatever you want, Aquarius. You're brilliant, so I know you'll figure it out. But the High Priestess says, maybe now is the time for you to be open and receptive to new wisdom. Be open and receptive to new things. Which I'm not saying you're not doing that, but sometimes it's like our minds can be stuck in these rigid patterns and these rigid beliefs, and we think that we'll be able to figure it out based off what we know, but sometimes that's not the truth. Like sometimes we need to be open and receptive to something new, or yield to something new, or even seek, right? The High Priestess is like, seek the answers and you'll find, knock on the door will answer, or the door open. And so your advice here for this month is like the more open-minded, which Aquariuses are definitely open-minded. The more open-minded you are to new ways of learning, communicating, understanding, and also open to maybe not needing all the answers right away, but just trusting where your heart is leading you. Because the Strength card's here in the future position. The Strength card rules Leo, and Leo is ruled by the heart. And so this is a deep read, Aquarius. What's going on? What galaxy y'all in here, Aquarius? I'm gonna say something, because the Strength card does deal with acts of kindness and compassion and empathy, which Aquariuses have a lot of that. Like people downplay Aquarius's compassion and empathy. Like they just think they're the if I can speak, maybe I'm the Eight of Swords here. People just think like Aquariuses are cold and detached. They can be, right? That can sometimes be y'all's issue sometimes. But no, it's like, you feel pretty deeply. You can have a lot of compassion and empathy. And I think here though, with the Strength card being here, like your situation is wanting you to be more like water. What do I mean by water? Like water is soft, it's introspective, it's reflective, it's receptive, right? Air is yang energy. It's air is stimulation, curiosity. Air is active. Air disperses everywhere. That's the opposite of introversion. So it's like you have to seek and move with what feels right. Does this make sense, Aquarius? You have the Judgment here in the outcome position. I think this Judgment here is a decision I sense here that you're making sometime this month or at the end of the month. And I just think you want to make the right decision with this Eight of Swords for the overall energy and the King of Swords being in your challenge. And I think there's a lot of doubt right now with things. And I think you're having to have more faith with the situation. I know we're going deep, but that's where we got to go, Aquarius. And I think here that the Judgment here, we'll see what this is, but there is this bigger thing that's unfolding this month. And so we'll clarify and we'll see what this is. We definitely need to clarify. You pulled the Chariot here in the position of something you're unaware of that you need to be aware of here. Wow. Let's clarify. Let's clarify, Aquarius. If there's going to be one sign that throws me curveballs, it's definitely Aquarius. So let's see. Clarify the Eight of Swords here for the overall energy. Yeah, clarify the Eight of Swords. You pulled the Ten of Pentacles here. Yeah, I really see you here, Aquarius, trying to, like, what is the Ten of Pentacles? Well, the Ten of Pentacles could be long-term goals. It can be, it can deal with the home. It can deal with family. And I think there's a lot of things that you're, trying to find solutions to and solve at this time. And it's pushing you here to get creative, to find new solutions. Could be work and business, Ten of Pentacles. Could be all those areas. What's going on with you, Aquarius? Let's see, I was trying to think. Clarify the Knight of Pentacles in your current energy. You pulled the Justice card here. Yeah, because the Justice card is a card of discernment. It's like understanding how decisions that you make now have consequences. The Justice card is the law of cause and effect. For every action, there's a reaction. And no matter what, that everything that we do is always creating a ripple effect that's going to come back to us. So right now, I think you're trying to be wise and have discernment with what practically is the best for you in your future with this Eight of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. But you don't have all the answers right now, right? So I think it's like you don't know. Clarify the King of Swords in your challenge. You have the Five of Cups here. There is something I sense here that you're trying to detach from. It's an experience from the past, right? Five of Cups is an experience that, it's like an experience of loss, like letting go of something. And this is a very complex read. I'm not even going to sit here and act like it ain't. But I think you're trying to detach here. Like you're trying to detach your emotions from something. Right? And you're trying to like be practical and logical about your situation and about things. Let's clarify this High Priestess as your advice. You pulled the Page of Wands here. Your advice, Page of Wands and the High Priestess is about listening to like what your heart is saying, like tuning into your inner world and allowing it's not your feelings necessary, it's the intuitive, deeper inner wisdom that screams, right? That says like, hey, we should take the initiative here, Page of Wands. And I think that's what you're having to navigate off of. But because you're an Aquarius, I think that could be a little bit difficult for you, because I'm not saying all Aquarius is just, it's air, it's logic, it's rational, right? Like y'all don't deal with water, right? Water is not your element. You're air for a reason. And I think Jupiter being in Cancer, right, is expanding that water energy, and it's in your 6th house of obstacles, right? And so it's like, it could just bring this amplification of, this emotional complexity of things. And like you're learning the lessons of faith through challenge and obstacle. And I think that could be a little bit difficult for you at this time. I'm not saying that's all Aquarius is, right? But you get what I'm saying. Let's see what the Strength card's about in the future position. You have the Two of Swords here. Let's clarify the judgment here in the outcome. You pulled the Fool card. Well, you definitely, I'm gonna pull one more on this. With the Page of Swords, okay. That Strength card, Two of Swords being here in the month of July. I'm gonna have to keep it real with you, Aquarius. The Strength card is about overcoming our lower nature. So it's not allowing ourselves to succumb to those lower vibrational, emotional states that sabotage things or that make our situation work or make our situation worse. So that the Strength card, Two of Swords, I see you here moving forward, having to really be in that place of having to make decisions from your higher self and not letting your lower self be emotionally manipulated by things or emotionally controlled by things. This is a complex read, Aquarius. But this Judgment, Fool card, Page of Swords here in the outcome, the Fool card is about new beginnings, and it is about taking chances. And so toward the end of the month, or maybe sometime this month, the Judgment, Fool, Page of Swords is you gaining enough clarity and understanding to where you feel confident here to really take some form of leap or take some type of chance. And so there's this next cycle or chapter here beginning. This could be in regards to love with this card that says a new romantic cycle begins. Right, but I know some of y'all are like, I'm not focused on romance. Well, this is with yourself, right? And since this card is a Libra card, this is about the relationship to yourself and the things in your life, like you developing this whole new relationship to things in your life. Let's clarify this Chariot here. You pulled the Six of Pentacles here. Something you're unaware of that you need to be aware of here. What is this about? Ace of Pentacles. I would say if an opportunity presents itself this month, I would be open to it. Like this could be something that really provides value in your life with the Six of Pentacles and the Chariot and helps you get ahead and make advancements here and overcome these challenges and these obstacles here as well. Wow, Aquarius. Okay. Your overall energy, Eight of Swords, Ten of Pentacles here. There's a lot of things that I feel that are complex at this time, and your mind is trying to find those solutions, and you're thinking about what's practically going to be the best for your future. And I think here that's the discernment that you're moving forward with this Knight of Pentacles Justice card of, okay, like I need to make practical decisions and have discernment and understand how these are going to get me to my path. Like by making the best practical decisions and having strong discernment, this is what's going to get me to my path the fastest. Or help you accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. But there's something here emotionally that's influencing you, and I think you're trying to detach from it. But your challenge is not totally detaching emotionally to where you're not even feeling what you feel, right? Because some things that you could be feeling could be your internal compass here, like it could be your intuition telling you to take certain actions. But if you just cut off all feeling and you're just logical, rational, practical, and that's it, then you may feel like you're spinning your wheels here, like things aren't working, when maybe your higher self and your intuition is telling for you to take certain inspired actions, and you have to be able to be in tune with that. And so the Strength card, Two of Swords, is I think this is you operating from that place of understanding in regards to decisions that you're making, that sometimes you need to be rational, calculated, and practical, and the other times you need to more so listen to your intuition and not confuse your intuition with like emotional triggers that like bring you into past things or past states, or that bring you into certain states of being that isn't your higher self, isn't your highest self. And so this Judgment, Fool card, Page of Swords being here in the outcome is the call here, or the decision here, or the chance here with the Fool card that you are taking a leap with, because there's more clarity and you understanding things about how things are unfolding. So, and I also want to say, if there's an opportunity that pops up this month, I would be open and receptive to those opportunities, because it could allow for you to grow and expand and overcome some of these challenges and hurdles that you're going through at this time. Wow, what a deep read, Aquarius. But I think I was able to connect the dots. So I appreciate you, Aquarius. And the more receptive I feel you can be in observing things from a holistic point of view, which Aquarius are really good at doing, then I see you being able to really understand like what's true and what's not true, and you being able to understand like what's actually emotionally right and what's actually just like an illusion. So I hope that makes sense, Aquarius. I'm wishing you the best. If you want to book a personal reading with me, that link will be down below in the description. And my reads are also on sale as well. All right, Aquarius. I'll see you later.